Now, I did hear that the Bucks and Omega are sending out feelers to the WWF. Now, what do I think about that? Now, I did say those guys are draws for the weekend landscape of pro wrestling. Now, do I hate when Mark say, well, they're not draws like Stone Cold Steve Austin. A hilk. Oh, they ain't draws like Roddy Piper. A hilk. It's like, man, get your damn Mark ass out of here, bruh. Come on, man. And did you know that the sky is blue? Did you know that the ocean is blue? Like, that's like saying, oh, but Chris Brown, he is not a draw like Michael Jackson. Oh yeah, dummy, duh. Good Lord, man. It's like, let's compare the music business to the 80s and the 90s. There was no streaming. You couldn't steal albums off the internet. There was no free downloads. There was no freaking Napster. During the 80s, you had to buy records. You had to buy it. Now order it. You had to buy records. Physical copies. Michael Jackson was outselling everybody. Because of that factor, it's either you had to play his songs on the radio or go out and buy it. So it's hard to compare where music is today back then. Just like professional wrestling, millions beyond millions, 20 million, 25 million was watching back in Hogan's prime. I think Andre and Hogan had like what, 20 something, I think they had what, 20 some million viewers watching their main event. Like, millions of people was watching professional wrestling back then. That's not the case now. So don't compare if Roman ain't no draw like The Rock or Bret Hart. Like, bruh, different time, different era. From this landscape, the Bucks and Omega are draws. Look, when it comes to the current WWF audience, that's the whole wrestling business. It starts and ends there. You can see how many people are watching professional wrestling as a whole solely based on how many people are watching Raw and SmackDown. Last time I checked, only 2 million people are watching Raw. Right? So let's do the math. Since, let's be honest here, when it comes to All Elite Wrestling, they share half of the same audience as a WWF. So, if 2 million people are watching, and AEW, they average what, 900K tops? 1 million on a good week? That means that the Bucks in All Elite Wrestling, they draw at least 900K of a regular wrestling audience. Remember, only 2 million people are watching professional wrestling. So by that math, they are draws when it comes to this weak ass era. Once again, do not compare guys like Omega, Cody, Roman, Braun Strowman. Don't compare those guys to Roddy Piper, Ric Flair. More people was watching back then. That's not fair, dog. That's literally not fair. It's like, I don't tolerate bullshit. I'm very objective. I don't care if I don't like a wrestler. I'm very objective. It's like you can't compare Usher to James Brown. More people was buying records during James Brown's prime. That's unfair. So, but when it comes to this era, the Bucks and Omega are draws for this weak ass era, which is good. I would say what, 75% of the lasting audience of pro wrestling, they watch AEW. That's good. How was AEW made? It was made off the backs of Bucks, Omega, and Cody Rhodes. which makes those guys draws. They sold out all in, didn't they? With no WWE backing, they sold it out. I don't care how they did it, they sold it out. Those guys were indie guys, and they sold out a big ass stadium like that. That makes those guys draws. They did that without Vince, without Triple H. They did that without a WWE machine backing them. So those guys are draws for this weak ass era. But what do I think about those guys possibly going to the WWF? Look, man, there's only 3 guys on that roster who should be sending out feelers to the WWF. And that's Wardlow, Hobbs, and MJF. The rest of that roster, look, bro, stay where you at. You have a good spot, stay where you at. And look, please don't say Jade Cargill. Look, man, she is undefeated. Let me say that again. She is undefeated. She is being pushed like she's Goldberg. Her ass needs to stay where she's at. She walks on water, bruh. The only people who should send out feelers are the people who are not booked well. Wardlow is booked like shit. Hobbs is booked like a low mid-card guy. And MJF has never won a title. That is a damn shame. Those 3 guys are booked like shit. Those 3 guys are not booked to their level of potential. Those guys should leave. But people who are booked well, they should stay where they are at. Like, huh? See, Cody was different. Cody was booked like shit. See, Cody had sympathy. Because that locker room and the AEW audience turned on him. Even though he was trying his best to make AEW mainstream, he was trying his best. But that Marquez audience felt like he was trying to be Hollywood. They felt like he was trying to be bigger than All Elite Wrestling, even though he was trying to make it mainstream. But he got punished for it by being booed. Fans thought he was selfish. He was always leaving to do shows, even though he was trying to promote your shit product. Stuff like that. The fact that the Bucks and Omega, it was their fault that locker room turned on Cody Rhodes. Those 3 guys had a heavy influence on that locker room. And look, the stuff that Omega and the Bucks have said about the WWF these past 6 years, it's like, compared to Cody, see, Cody didn't really say anything awful about the WWF. Really, like, compared to Omega and the Bucks, Cody was just trying to fit in. He was just trying to keep up with the cool kids. I don't think he meant a word about how he felt about the WWF. I don't think he meant it. I think he was trying to fit in with the cool crowd, which was Omega and the Bucks. You notice how his tone has changed. Even the last couple of months of his career in All Elite Wrestling, his tone changed. He was very humble, very down to earth. Once he stopped being friends with Omega and the Bucks, he became a down to earth guy again. He now became a human being again. Once he stopped messing with the Bucks and Omega. Once he became solo, his personality changed for the better. He became humble and very down to earth. He now became the old Cody Rhodes from 7-8 years ago. See, the Bucks and Omega, they changed him for the worse. See, it's their fault that he is now in the WWF. It's like, come on, man. Why would Cody Rhodes want those 3 guys to be his co-workers once again? If those 3 guys were the reason he freaking left. But that's weird. But what do I think about those guys possibly going there? Look, if I'm Triple H, I would job those 3 guys out. I'm not joking. If Triple H signs the Bucks, this is how I will book those guys, right? I would possibly give them a strong push. Like, okay, I will book them. I will book them exactly like how Vince McMahon booked the Good Brothers. Give those guys a strong push. The first 6 months, job those guys out. Same with Kenny Omega. I'll give him a strong push the first 6 months, then I would job his ass out. Here's why. Dog, for the past decade, you guys have been avoiding talking shit about his company and about Triple H. The past couple of years, you 3 idiots have been talking shit about the WWF in a bad way. I mean, dude, Cody wasn't saying that kind of shit. Cody was just trying to be funny. You guys were serious. That's all you was doing was poking fun at the WWF. At the last time I checked, Cody Rhodes does not have his own YouTube channel, but you guys do. That's all you do is talk shit about the WWF on your channel. The past 10 years. So if I'm Triple H, okay, I will sign y'all to a contract, but I will make sure you guys are mid-card guys. I will make sure you guys are freaking jobbers. Two stars. I will make sure all 3 of you guys are jobbers to the stars. I would job out Omega to Riddle. I would job out Omega to Rollins. Oh hell yeah, I'm freaking jobbing out Omega to Reigns. Then I would job out the Bucks to Braun Strowman. I would definitely make sure Braun Strowman buries the Bucks. You know why? What does Triple H have to lose? Right? If the Bucks are not happy with the way they are booked, where are they gonna go? Right? See, when it comes to Triple H, he has all the power now. If I book y'all like shit, where are you gonna go? What do I have to lose? Right? If I'm Triple H, dog, I am burying all 3 guys. Right? I'm burying all 3 of them. Based on everything they said about my company, oh no, bruh. All 3 of y'all are getting buried. I would make the Bucks job out to the Usos, to the New Day, especially the New Day. I would job them out to the Los Lotharios. I would job them out to the Viking Raiders. Right? Those guys gotta be jobbers. Cause I feel like their value has been on a downslope. Those all 3 guys are not as hot as they once were from 4 years ago. So they have no big time name value as they once did. Like, nobody sees Omega as the best in the world. Nobody views the Bucks as the best in the world. So I feel like Triple H has nothing to lose if he jobs all 3 of those guys out. Like first of all, this should never be a talking point. I'm getting really tired of people saying, what if Triple H might job out Cody Rhodes? What the fuck are you talking about? He's being paid $3 million per year. They got lucky. They got lucky to sign Cody Rhodes. They signed a former AEW EVP, but Cody is a homegrown talent. Why would he job him out? The fact that Triple H loved his father. And the fact that Cody has said all the right things. Did you see Clash of the Castle? They literally showed a great package, a great promo package of Cody Rhodes wanting to be a world champion. Why would he job him out? Look, Triple H does not do that. If you are being paid millions of dollars, he's not gonna job you out, bruh. Especially when you have history with his company. And the fact of the matter is, look, Cody said that his all-time favorite wrestler was Triple H. He said it. Google it. He said that with his own mouth. His favorite professional wrestler of all time was Triple H. When it comes to Cody Rhodes and Triple H, look, man. Look, Cody said that they already had a conversation about how the way he wrecked that throne. He said Triple H has forgave him for that. It's water swept under the bridge. Actually, Google it. He said during an interview, he already talked to Hunter about that throne. Hunter said he didn't care. Look, man. Hunter does not hold those kind of petty ass grudges. Look, man. How about you go on YouTube, a shoot interview of Billy Gunn and Road Dogg where they talked so much shit about Triple H. They talked the most heinous shit about Triple H. And guess what? Years later, he rehired them. Triple H has very thick skin. It's like, man, bruh, I wish I had the skin that Triple H has, man. He got some thick ass skin. If he rehired Billy Gunn and Road Dogg off that shoot interview where they just buried his ass, he has very thick skin. He don't care about no damn throne being trash. So when Cody comes back, he will have his same push and he will be a world champion. Triple H loves his father, Dusty Rhodes. So why would he bury his son? And Cody is getting paid tons of money. It's all about business. Triple H is a businessman. But look, man, if Omega and the Bucks, if they leave All Elite Wrestling, look, man, they are pussies, man. If they leave that company that they helped build just because they don't get along with CM Junk, they are pussies, man. It's like, come on, man, let that sink in. You leave a company that you helped build from the ground up, and CM Junk, he ran you out of your own company. Come on, man. That is some pussy ass shit. If that's the reason they will leave, just because of that fight. Come on, man. CM Junk is bad for professional wrestling. And he's bad for AEW. So, if I'm the Bucks and Omega, look, man, when it comes to CM Junk, he doesn't have a lot of years left in this business. So, why would you ruin your cushy spot in All Elite Wrestling? Just because you don't get along with CM Junk. You are a pussy if you leave because of that jerk. It's like, if I'm them, I would try my best to push CM Junk out of the company. I'm not going to allow him to push me out of my own brand. Let that sink in. So, if I'm Cody Rhodes, look, man, if I'm Cody Rhodes, man, I would tell Triple H, look, man, do not sign these guys. These guys are locker room cancers. Don't sign them. And if you do sign them, Make them low mid-card guys. Make sure these guys are humbled. Remember all the trash they said about the WWF for the past 10 years. Humble those guys. Those guys gotta get buried. Those guys gotta get humbled. Just like how the NWO got humbled. Even Nash said that they had a trash run. You know why? Because Vince McMahon humbled the NWO. That's what Triple H needs to do to the Elite. Humble them if he does sign them. Bury them. Make them jobbers. Make sure Braun Strowman buries the Bucks. Make sure Roman Reigns buries Kenny Omega. That's it. I'm done.